What's up, everybody? So I've gotten a lot of questions recently about whether I'm single and who I've dated or what my type is. So I figured I would make a video and kind of sum all that stuff up. So I am single. Right now I'm not really in a dating mindset. I move around a lot for school and I have my externs and I travel a lot. I don't really feel like I could commit to a person right now, so we'll see. If I could describe my perfect guy, I would say that he needs to be dedicated to his future. So it doesn't really matter what he does, or, well, within limits obviously, but as long as he's working to better himself and move himself up and be committed to whatever he's doing, that's attractive to me, and that's definitely something that I value in a guy. Something else that's pretty important to me is that he needs to be adventurous on a certain level. If you're new to my channel, you may not know, but if you've seen any of my other videos, I like to travel and meet new people, go new places, see new things a lot, and it's very important to me that I continue to do those things. And so I kind of want it to be important to him so we can do it together. I think that would be a lot of fun. Also, fitness is pretty important to me. I go to the gym every day and I work really hard and control my diet, and I think it would be awesome to share that with somebody and have somebody to kind of motivate me, and then me motivate them even to meet their fitness goals. I think that would be a lot of fun. Something else that's pretty important is that a guy is good-hearted. And I know everybody says that, but I mean truly, like a good person. I met somebody within the last year that was so friendly to everyone around him that he met, even people that probably didn't deserve for him to be so nice to them. And he was just so genuine that like he was just such a good person to everybody, and it was so refreshing to me and very attractive, and it made me realize that that's something that I really want in a guy, and I really enjoy being around that. Not only that, it also made me feel like I wanted to be more like that. So if I was around a person that was genuinely nice a lot of the time, then that would make me a better person too, I would hope, and we could make each other better people. I really like that. So as far as the guys that I've dated, to keep this list reasonable, I'm only going to include long-term relationships, things that have lasted or some significant amount of time, or what I consider to be significant. So my first actual long-term relationship boyfriend happened when I was 16, so I was still pretty young. He was 16 too. It lasted about 9 months. We worked at Dairy Queen together, so when we would get off work, we would just go hang out and drive around, and he was tall, blonde, blue eyes, super sweet guy, and really smart too. But we were in high school, and I ended up quitting Dairy Queen, or something ended up happening. We just ended up kind of losing touch and breaking up. But it was a lot of fun while it lasted. After that one, I started dating a guy when I was 18. Yeah, I was 18, and he was 16. So a little bit of an age difference there. He and I lasted for a little over a year. He was super sporty. He was, played a lot of sports in high school, and kind of jockey. Yeah, he was a really nice guy too. We would go fishing and ride four-wheelers and drive on back roads in his Jeep and stuff like that. I mean, it was just a really good time, and I was head over heels at the time. His parents were super religious, and when they found out that anything was happening, they kind of went crazy and made it almost impossible for us to see each other. We were sneaking out at like 3 a.m. to hang out, and it was just ridiculous. So it ended up not working out because of that, but super nice guy. After that one, I waited a little while, and then I was 19, mid-19-ish, and started dating the next guy, and we dated for a little over a year or two. He had a very similar build as me, kind of looked like me, I think. We did a little bit of traveling together, which was kind of the first time that I had ever done that, traveled with a guy that I was with, and we went to the Florida Keys together. We drove down there. It was a ridiculously long drive. It was like 24 hours, and we had a good time, and we ended up just getting to this point where we were fighting a lot. Everything that we would talk about would end up becoming an argument. It just wasn't fun. It was nobody's fault, but we argued a lot. So we ended up calling it off from that. That's just kind of the end of that one. My most recent started when I turned 21, right at my 21st birthday year, around there anyway. And we dated for around 4 years, maybe a little bit more than 4 years if you really consider it. Also very similar to myself, very similar build, height, and everything. We met in college. Everyone thought he was straight at the time. Even I thought he was straight when I met him. And so we met through friends of friends and ended up just kind of hitting it off and getting along really well. And then we spent a lot of time together. And it was great. When we lived in the same town, we were both in college and a lot of the same classes, because he was pre-med too, and we just had a really good time finishing up college. We graduated together, and then I went off to optometry school, and he took a year off to do some research. He was there for me through all of that, and then he moved away for medical school, so we had a little bit more distance between us, and that really put a tax on the relationship. And we did it for a while. He went to all my formals, and we had a good time, and eventually the distance just kind of got to me. It ended up really wearing me down with all the studying and everything like that, and kind of we needed each other there, and we really couldn't be because we were both involved in our careers, so that ended up kind of pushing us apart. Really our futures and our careers are what's keeping us apart, so that's pretty annoying. Called it off and then continued to talk and be friends, and eventually it just did not work out because we were still both kind of attached to each other, so we kind of had to completely cut it off. We can't really be friends anymore, but maybe one day we'll see what happens. Obviously, I've dated other guys for a shorter amount of times, but yeah, there's no way to include them all in this video. I'm not going to show any pictures or use names or anything like that. I still respect all of the guys that I've dated. They're all really, really nice guys, and I think that they made me a better person and part of who I am today, and I am so happy to have called all of them people that I've dated. And who knows what happens in the future, and we'll see. I guess maybe I'll be friends, or you never know. I've never really had like a really terrible breakup or ex-boyfriend experience or boyfriend experience or anything like that. Obviously everybody fights, but I've never really had anything crazy. If you've had a crazy boyfriend, ex-boyfriend experience, put it in the comments below. I really want to hear about it. And once again, everybody, thanks for watching. I know some of my videos get kind of boring, but some of you guys really stick in there and really like to watch. I really appreciate it. If you have any content that you want to see or some video type that you really want me to do, post in the comments below and I'll definitely look into it. I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if you guys want to follow me on those. And then if you want to see more videos, subscribe. So I'll see you guys soon.